heard it's working now. But I don't know everything. I wanna grow.
All right, you guys, welcome back this week to Love Frequency Podcast, where we turn pain into love and elevate our frequency to a higher elevation of love and light. This week is going to be very short. Don't worry. So I firstly want to get into the cards. So today's cards, we have Thinker card once again. Why? An extra card here that came up. Time to go. And lastly, Loyal Heart. I think this card also represents soulmate as well, but it's basically saying that something's going on, whether you're loyal to your business, loyal to your partnerships, you will start attracting that love and that intuition. Loyal everything is going to come in. So paying attention to the cards here, you have two owls. They look like a heart. And then there's little small hearts and then another heart here. So it's basically representing that. I really love this card deck. So I did want to get into the 3 cards here. I wouldn't say it's a bad or negative thing, but it does sound like someone could be questioning what's going on, the why. Once again, that Thinker card came back up. So something is still being an illusion, but it looks like that illusion is falling because this is basically saying that something is ending and something is letting go. So it's time to go. As you can see here, the woman has her back turned. She's walking up the steps. You know what? It's time to go. I'm over this situation. It ran its course and now I am turning away from it and moving forward. Somebody may be questioning at this time what's going on, potentially why even that this relationship ended. But if you can see here, I don't know, you can see the wings. It's like a little book, wings. The sun is shining. So no matter what's going on right now, everything will turn out to be positive in the end. And this Thinker card came back up once again because someone is having that illusion. And this is kind of almost like that Tower card, but it's not. You're overthinking it. You're probably saying, what's going on here? Why is this happening? Because something is ending. But guess what? Just because things are ending, you do have a loyal heart and something loyal is either coming in or already there. I don't want to overdo it this week, but just wanted to piggyback firstly on the message this week about the cards. Firstly, one of my favorite books is How to Not Give a Fuck. Basically, I love that book because it lets you get focused on your goals, your intentions, and going back to that. Why am I doing this? Why do I want to be a millionaire? Why do I want that relationship? Why do I want to go to the gym? Why do I want to XYZ? Once you start really getting in tune with why you want something, I feel like that's when your manifestation can easily come in to fruition for you. Because at that point, you're getting focused specifically on what you want, what your needs are, versus the overthinking. Should I do this? Should I not? Over questioning yourself, asking yourself all these kind of questions instead of just letting the universe handle what it needs to handle for you. Because this beautiful card, this is my favorite card to me out of the deck, represents soulmate, represents good people coming into your life, even though something could be ending for someone at this moment. But all is not lost. All is still positive and still well. Last week I couldn't read from the book. Maybe I'll read that one from the book. I'm going to read from the book because I really like the message behind it. Time to go, endings, completion, walking away from something because there's nothing else to learn from that experience. The oracle message is you are at the end of one journey. So you have not begun the next phase of this journey yet, but this is the moment to kind of bless your experience thus far, take stock of what you've learned, and it's time to kind of move on to something new. The relationship part of it, it's over, or at the very least, the form of this relationship has taken its course. This is time to kind of let go of knowing that the journey has come to its conclusion, but it doesn't mean anything is lost. Although this card could speak to a breakup, drifting apart, or the end of a soul contract, it is more about release than destruction. Okay. I wanted to say that for that card. And also because the loyal heart one is new, I want you guys to kind of read what that one is saying. I gave you guys my take on it, and then I'm just reading from the book. Fidelity, loyalty, devotion. Evidence of loyalty will appear in your life. Others will prove they are faithful to you. You will in turn commit fully to them. There is a sure and abiding certainty in your heart. Know the spirit is always loyal to you. Remember that. What have we been saying these past few weeks? Spirit is on your side. Spirit is loyal. Someone is worrying about something right now. So in the end, you are going to get your answer. And that answer is going, like the card said last week, the yes card, the Omega. Yep. Relationship, your partners, friendships, romantic relationships all have many qualities in common right now. Honest devotion, faithfulness, and a loyal heart are being shown to you. Are you as loyal in return? Some of y'all. Now is the time for heartfelt commitments and trusting in divine protection. Okay, so the other two cards I don't really need to read because we kind of already went over that. You know, the why last week, and the thinker card that came back up along with the two new ones. Time to let go. So something is ending. And you know what's crazy? The cards that we've been reading these past few weeks kind of seem like they were leading up to something like that. Remember, the all that glitters wasn't gold. Remember that card? That came up at least 2 or 3 times. That right there let me know the facade is falling. And I said that in the prior weeks, that something is going on. There's an illusion going on, and that illusion, something's coming to an end. But as I was saying with my book, How to Not Give a Fuck, that's a really good book, you guys. I advise reading that book. It would definitely change your life. It will help you stay on track and really hone in on what you need to do. Start asking those why questions. Why am I doing what I'm doing? Why do I want to be a millionaire? Why do I want to get married? Why do I want whatever? That's a good book to start helping you to hone in and really start answering these questions so that you can start really touching bases on your goals. And it sounds like, based on the yes card from last week and based on the loyal heart this week, things may seem like it's chaos and conflict, because I remember that card coming about two times in the past few weeks. Something's clearing, something's ending. Someone's asking the why, someone's overthinking, but in the end, the final cards is a positive. So I didn't want to make this week too long, but I hope everyone's having a good time. And it's almost the weekend, and that's it. Maybe I'll do a story time this week. You want to know what's funny? At first I thought, well, I'm still safe, but this full moon last week, the retrograde, the planets in alignment. At first I thought everything wasn't too bad. And actually it still isn't, right? I think this is a season of getting rid of old karmic debt, things that need to end. Because I feel like some of you guys out there were holding on to something, knowing that you should have been letting it go, if that makes sense. It's something that you guys were holding on to, and very much so I could have been as well. Old friendships that needed to end, family members that maybe you needed to converse with and end that relationship with certain family members, relationships that probably needed to fade away so that you can clear out that energy and bring in that soulmate, that loyal heart energy. Because sometimes we're wondering why certain blessings are not coming as fast as we think or want them to. You have to allow divine timing to work its magic. It comes when it wants to, not when you want it to come. And sometimes, unfortunately, we do have to let certain things go. Like one of the cards we pulled today, let it go. Let that in so that it can clear the way for what's meant for you to be in alignment. Because sometimes the universe is not going to bless you until you are through with a karmic lesson that you needed to learn. It's almost like allowing food to cook before it's ready, right? Your food is preparing itself. Don't try to overcook the food too fast and eat it before it's ready for you to eat it. You know what I mean? That's the best way that I can describe it. Allow things to cook when they need to cook. When it's done, eat. That's when you can get your abundance and eat your blessings. But right now, allow things to unfold and do not force things to happen before they need to. Also, I want to speak on connecting with your soulmates relationships before you need to as well. I know there's probably some people out there wondering, why haven't I met my soulmate? So that was the question that came in through the email this week. Why haven't I met the one? Why haven't I met my soulmate? Maybe it's something that you need to work on within yourself as well as your soulmate before y'all can come together, because you don't want to meet this person before it's time, because sometimes we're still learning certain lessons and we may not be able to hold that assignment. That's why it seemed like it's too long. That's why it seemed like maybe you're not getting what you need to get right now, because you're still learning and clearing out old debts, clearing out that energy so that the new energy can come in and then how to recognize it and appreciate it. Sometimes we get things too soon and we don't appreciate it. We don't see it. We don't see past the rose-colored glasses. And sometimes that can ruin relationships because you wasn't prepared to handle that type of energy before it was done cooking. You know what I mean? So take your time. Don't rush things before it's time. And some of y'all know what I'm talking about out there. Exactly. Some people is not prepared to hold that type of energy, and then they be praying for something. Once they get it, they lose it because their soul wasn't ready for it. So remember a few weeks ago, I said I had a conversation, a topic about certain people. Do you think it's BS that some people can get a relationship with someone and then later on in life try to spin a block? Maybe that could be true. One person out of, I would say, 10 people that we asked that question to in a poll, he particularly said that it is true because he experienced something like that, where the person he was dating 10 years ago didn't want to be with him, broke his heart, ended up trying to spin a block 10 years later and explaining to him how he was her soulmate, etc. And he's already moved on, of course, but the thing is, maybe you can meet someone before it's your time and end up ruining it because you wasn't prepared for that. Boots. So this week is about the why, letting go what needs to be letting go so that you can clear out that energy for the loyal hearts to come in. The same can apply for business. You're not ready for certain business. You're not ready to hold certain. What happens to people who win the lottery? Let's use that as an example. Before you're ready to know how to handle certain finances, handle all that money, maybe God is waiting for you to reach that millionaire status so that you're able to appreciate it, know how to budget your funds and help people and give back, versus maybe if you got it too soon years ago, you may probably have fucked over the money or something. So use that as the same example with anything. Stop stressing. You're not too old. People, I feel like, is having that FOMO, fear of missing out. Things is going to happen for you and it's going to align when it need to. Do not rush the process. Do not rush divine timing. The universe is working for you. The universe is working on your side. The same applies for if anybody out there who has wronged you. Don't worry. People going to get their karma. But in the meantime, focus on yourself. Focus on elevating. Focus on clearing out that energy. So when you do get that soulmate, that relationship, that business, you're prepared for it and you don't fumble it. You don't drop the bag. That's why I don't worry about stuff anymore. Long time ago, I used to probably stress and worry. Now I don't worry because I trust in God. I trust in the universe that whatever the universe is preparing for me and cooking for me, that I know how to eat it and handle it when it comes and not ruin it and not try to elevate my spiritual growth faster than what needs to be. I don't want to accelerate my spiritual growth before it's time for me to receive that level of elevation. So stop thinking that you're missing out on something. Things are aligning how they should in the right time. And you just have to be patient and you have to believe in God. You got to believe in your ancestors and your spirit guides because they are working for you. And things are going to happen when they need to. Stop trying to force the process. But if things fall, like the Tower card, let that shit fall, let that shit go, clear that energy out so that the new energy can come in, because that's part of your spiritual elevation. So stop worrying, stop stressing, stop overthinking, stop trying to figure out when is it going to happen. It's going to happen when God tells you it's going to happen on his divine timing. So that's my message for this week. Actually, I'm going to do my bowl. Love it. So this is a really big bowl. I need to get a smaller one. It's almost bigger than me, to be honest, but I really like the sound of it and I really like the energy that it brings. So yeah, that's what I have this week. And stay tuned. It's going to be some juicy stuff coming down the pipe, I would say the next week or two. So stay tuned, you guys. And thank you for tuning in. Make sure to follow me, Miss I, YouTube, Love Frequency, Spotify, Instagram, TikTok. All right.